Greetings, St. Ambrose families. I wanted to make another video to help you guys with the scheduling and how to use the schedule that is provided in the email that is sent today on the remote learning and what it will look like. So in the email, I included two options, both the actual schedule with all of the classes together in one large PDF file, and then another one where it's an actual folder of the classes, so you can click on the schedule that you want. So I'm going to go to both. I'm going to show you how they both look. So when I open up the first one, it's going to give me an option to open up the link. I'm doing this on my document, but when you actually click on the email, it should pop up right away. And when it pops up, it lets you see it like this. And it's an easy way of doing it, but I would actually download the file so that you can actually save it to your computer. So I would click the download button on the top on the far right and be able to download the folder to your download section. And I would open it up to I would I would I would click on my folders, go to my downloads and then open it up from there in Adobe. And then I'm gonna make another side over here so I can see both at the same time. And let's say I want to go to pre-K, and I can see the schedule over here. I'm going to zoom in a bit so everyone can see for the most part. And as you see, it's divided by the day and by the hour and by the content and what happens at that time. So one of the things that might happen is when you click on these links with the content at certain times, it might come up as an error, and there could be two reasons for that. One is that when you're signing in for the first time, they're going to ask you to sign into Google before you can go into the Google Classroom. A second is that maybe the teacher has not added your child to the classroom at the time yet. If there was a problem with the account where the teacher had to change the password and send it to the IT department to change, or if there was a new student that wasn't added to the system and it was added last minute. Part of that is just the IT department communicating with the enrollment department to make sure that when students are enrolled, that um, we can add them immediately and then provide the information to the teacher so they can add them to the Google Classroom. Again, parents are not notified that students have been added. It's on the end where it's received by the students on their Google accounts with the school, and we'll just have to have parents sign in as their students and log in, and then slowly teachers are going to be adding their students and checking their rosters to make sure that the students are enrolled, and if they're not enrolled, we can email the parents and provide the Google accounts, credentialing, the username and the password, so that students and parents can log into Google Classroom and see what's there. So I'm going to show you a possible error. If I click on this religion tab and let's say that I was not added to the class, you're going to come up with this error. You see on my screen over here, it was not added. Look for classes or double click on the link. If this comes up, then please let your teacher know that you're not added to that class, and they can change that and add you quickly. And sometimes you can also change the user setting if you're logged in as someone else. You can do that as well. So I'm going to exit out. But let's say one does work. So I'm going to go to a class that I will be part of, which is, let's go to the Spanish class. So when I go to the Spanish class, it will have pre-K3, which is the correct grade level. It will have the Meet link, which is over here, and it will have the information down here. And the most important thing is that we're able to see that this is the class that we're in. And you can also look at the tabs up here to go into information that we want to go through. I'll go through several of these tabs over here. When you go to the Stream tab, you're going to see all the comments made by the teachers. And the most important thing is this Meet link. There's also this class code over here. And if the teacher has added the student and then the student has not, the parent has not logged in yet as a student, then the teacher can send this class code to the parent's email address, and then they can add the student in that way. But again, you have to log into Google as a student in order to do that. And if you don't have the credentials for your student's Google account, again, please contact the IT department or the homeroom teacher. They have the username and the password of the student. I'm going to go to classwork. And over here to classwork, you'll be able to see the assignments that this teacher has created already. And you can click on the assignments and see what they are. Okay? And I'm going to make a separate video on how to upload and do those assignments. But the most important thing is on this side is to be able to virtually see the students and the teachers live in class. So when you click on the stream button, let's see the Google Meet link here. If it's not here, I'm going to ask the teachers to post it down here in the discussion so that you can click on this Meet link and go to the video. Only students that have been invited can go to this link. So if you try to go into this as a third-party person or as the parent without signing into the Google account, you're not going to be able to go in. And it's a security feature of Google to make sure that no one can enter into this classroom and watch your students unless they are an invited member from Google. So when I click on this link, I'm going to make the screen large. And I have my camera off because of I'm using it right now for recording. And you can unmute your microphone because you're probably going to join into a class right now if you were to join in and you don't want to interrupt the teacher. And over here you can say join in. No one is here because it's late at night and no one is going to be logged in right now with the teacher at this time. But you're going to join in now. You click the join in button on the right in green, and it'll come up with this pop. I'm going to exit out. And when you join in, you're going to see yourself over here, as well as you can click on this over here to close it, turn it off, and you can see the participants that are in the classroom. The teachers can do this too. And pretty much we wait until the teacher comes on and be patient for that in that process. And then when class is over, it ends, then the student can end the meeting by pressing leave call. One of the things that we want to warn teachers and parents for is that we don't want students to be looking at the people in the list over here or trying to chat with people over here by making messages to everyone. We'll have a log of these messages and we can contact parents if there's an issue with that kind of disruption in the classroom or with the students that are virtual at the moment. Just be mindful of that, parents, as we're watching our students from a distance. So as I leave, I'm going to press the leave the call button, and I left the call. So I'm back at the Google Classroom. And then I can go back to my schedule over here, and then just go back and look at other options over here. And if I go down to another class over here, you see all the classes over here. You should go from pre-K all the way down to 8th grade. And we hope that these links are working. If these links are not working, please let us know immediately so that we can change the document and send it out to the parents again if they're going to the wrong class or if they're going if they're a broken link where it doesn't work. If I click on it, it should work. Okay, so that's one option. Now we're going to go to the other option where you can go by folder, by class instead of seeing that long list. I'll go back to the email, and over here, if you go by grade level, distance learning schedule by grade level, I'm going to click on that. When you open it on the email, it should open right away. I'm going to click on here, and you'll be able to see all of the classes by grade level. So I'm going to open up the grade 8th grade one, and it's kind of blurry because it's a quick preview, but I can click download again and go through the same process. If you only have one child here and you don't want to look at all the other grade levels that are here, then I would do it this way. And that's pretty much it that we have for the distance learning schedules. We'll send separate emails and separate information later about using Google Classroom and submitting assignments, which is another important aspect of Google Classroom, in a separate video. Thank you so much and have a great day.